have been working with the whole team over the past 2 years for this new generation Wave Slates. So Robby, you were the most involved in the testing. What would you say are the biggest improvements compared to the first generation?
I think the first time you step on the board, the first thing you'll notice is that it rides much higher on the water. It's definitely faster and easier to get planing because of that. It's still a really snappy board off the top of the wave like the old one, but I think the narrow tail and the slightly narrower nose definitely makes it drivier in the bottom turn, and it's easier to go vertical than the old board. It's just generally a faster, more fun to sail all-around wave board, and I've tested a lot of boards over the course of these 2 years with Werner, and I definitely think this is probably the best all-around wave board on the market. If you take out big down-the-line hook keeper, for everything else I'd choose this board. So as you can see, the boards look quite different from a traditional wave board. Can you explain to us a little bit, Werner, about the concept of these boards?
It's still based on the parallel outline concept. The advantage of it reduces drag, produces more lift, and that results in better early planing and makes the board faster. Another thing is it allows us to go shorter and keep the volume distribution very centered. This obviously makes the rotation a lot quicker because it reduces the swing weight from the nose.
The board's improved so much since the first generation. Can you explain us its specific changes, please, Werner?
First of all, we made the nose narrow and added a little bit of nose rocker. This gives you a much safer feel when you approach the wave and also when you're on the way down. We also reduced the tail width, which makes the board a lot more versatile and easier to go vertical. On the bottom, we use a V in the front. This makes the board very comfortable to ride and more forgiving. Between the straps, we have a deep single concave, which kind of creates a channel effect. It makes the water shoot through quicker and move faster, so it gives you more lift. And towards the tail we have additional V that you get rid of this pressure and have a great release. With the changing V flow, it allowed us to use a much flatter center rocker line, but it means the board is a lot quicker and gets planing much earlier. But nevertheless, once the board is railed up, you have a much curvier rail line and makes the board turn incredibly well. This bottom concept is widely used in surfboards and works over the past years, and that's why we introduced it in the windsurf boards. The boards come with 3 fins for the thruster setup. We still have 5 boxes, so every rider can choose if he uses it as a quad or as a thruster.
The boards might look quite specialised, but they're actually easier to sail than traditional wave boards. They're good boards in all-around conditions, and they work pretty much everywhere, so I'm probably going to use them at just about all the European wave events. When you'll get the most benefit out of this board compared to a traditional board is when the conditions don't really give you the push and the speed you need. When the wave's a bit soft or you're a little bit underpowered, you get much more power from this board than you get from a traditional board. So it's much easier to go fast and go vertical to get up to the lip and do snappy turns and generally plane around and do jumps. Unless you mostly sail in big side offshore conditions, then this would be my personal recommendation as your all-around wave board.